Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Catapult. So the Catapult is the next in my Frigate series of ships, and that means that it is a Class A ship that is designed for long or extended deployments. Has to be able to support at least 8 beds, have a cargo hold, a galley, cruise capacity of at least 4, and then also have an armory and infirmary. Additionally, it has to have at least 500 fuel and 1,000 cargo. So, this particular ship meets all of those requirements, and it does it with a rather interesting asymmetrical design. So, looking at the ship, you can see that from the front at least, there's a clear right-hand side and left-hand side. And the ship design has the right-hand side being basically all of the piloting and work stations, and then the left-hand side is the habitable portion of the ship. So that's where the galley, or I have the Nova Galactic mess hall there, and all of the sleeping quarters are. So, now that we're done taking a look at it from above, let's go ahead and start the tour. Alright, so the very first thing that you're going to note is, potentially unexpectedly, I am using the Deimos landing bay here, not Stroud side entry. So we are still using the front entry and the ladder up. When we enter the ship, we are immediately entering into the armory. So this is going to be the Stroud 2x1 armory. We can see here as our docking access. Moving forward, we have the Stroud 2x2 cargo hold. And this one is notable because it does have a bathroom in it. I will also note that this interior and the Deimos cargo hold are identical on the inside. Moving back, we find ourselves in the 2x1 control station hab. Then we can move forward and look down, and we find ourselves in the infirmary. This is another Stroud infirmary. Then, going up, and landing eventually, we find ourselves in the Hope Overseer cockpit. Now, I could have used the Kontiki one, I just was wanting to use Overseer for some reason. And do appreciate how there's plenty of windows and a lovely view. Coming down here, we walk back into the armory, and then here we have the Hope Tech cross brace. Or cross passage, I should say. And this is leading us into the Nova Galactic 2x3 or 3x2, whichever one is the longer than it's wide, mess hall. So I know I said it's a mess hall, but the reason I like this hab so much is because even though we do have the cooking station, the galley, and we do have kind of the eating quarter or tables to eat at over here, there's also a nice relaxation area right over here, TV with a couch in front of it, some more relaxation areas over here, and this is also the only one that has a bathroom in the mess hall. You would think that that would be more common. Then we have the ladder going down, and this is leading us into the 1x1 companionway. Now straight back here we find ourselves in the Tayo captain's quarters. Note I'm using the Tayo one here, the A, or bottom A, so that way I know that there's not going to be any side connections made through here. This means that all of the connections are through this companionway. Then on each side, we find ourselves with the Stroud 3x1 all-in-one. Again, identical on both sides. And that gives us a total of 9 beds for this ship. So, that is the interior tour. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it's built. Once we've seen that, we will go ahead and put it through its paces. All right, so step one, we're going to go ahead and get our colors in our palette. Note I'm using gray, the same gray, and then some gold trim here. So let's go ahead and delete the ship. So as mentioned, we have the Deimos landing bay. And then we're going to come on down to Stroud, and we are going to go ahead and grab their 2x1, and we'll make that the armory, and then we will copy this a couple times. And this one right here, we are going to turn into the infirmary. And this one we're going to turn into the control station. And then we are going to grab the Stroud 2x2, and we're going to turn this into the cargo hull. Then, on this side, right above the entryway, we are going to pop on up here to the Hope Deck and grab the HAB crossbrace. And then we are going to go ahead and grab the 3x2 mess hall. Alright, then this front corner of the mess hall, we're going to come on down here, and we are going to grab the Stroud companionway. And then we are going to grab the Stroud 3x1 all-in-one. And copy that on over here. And then right here, we are going to go ahead and come on down to Tayo, and we're going to grab the bottom A, Captain's Quarters. Then, right on over here, we're going to select the opposite side to the HAB crossbrace, and we're going to grab our docker, which is the Connect Pro port docker. Finally, on the front portion, attachment point on the control station, we're going to go ahead and grab our cockpit. Now, as mentioned, I'm using the Overseer 400, but if you want to, you could very easily use whichever flavor of Kontiki you wanted. There we go. That is all the habitable space on this ship. Alright, so what's next? Let's go ahead and grab our landing gear. So on the front, well, outside corner of the cargo hold, let's go ahead and place our first AccuLander 11. And then we're going to grab a copy of that and pull it down and place two of them on the outside of the Stroud Infirmary. Then we're going to copy this on over here to the habitable side of the ship. And we're going to place two, one on the back of each of the 3x1s. And then we're going to grab one more, convert it to the center piece, so that way we have the connection points on each side, and place that in front of the companionway. Alrighty, now that we have all of this, let's go ahead and temporarily pull off this landing gear on the infirmary. And I'm going to come on over here to the structural components, scroll on down to grab the Stroud mid-bracers. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be duplication glitching these up, so that way I can go ahead and hide my reactor and my grav drive. Speaking of which, I'm going to add my reactor, and for this ship I am using the Spheromac DC-202. This is the best Class A reactor in the game. Again, if you want a very easy upgrade to this ship, just swap that out for the 104 DS Mag Inertial Class B, and you don't necessarily have to change anything else about the ship. Then, right behind that, I'm going to grab my grav drive, and for this ship, I'm using the Helios 400 grav drive. Then I'm going to select both of these mid-bracers, duplicate them, let them pop up, and then hit cancel, and then they're going to go ahead and be duplicated into place. There we go. Next up, I'm going to copy this mid bracer and place it right over here on this far side behind the mess hall and above the Acculander 11. Now, here's the fun part. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing the fuel tank. Now, I chose to use the 800T HE3 tank. I am doing this purely for looks because it is a rather cool looking fuel tank. However, this does have some problems. First off, it is too long, or 2 hab pieces long, and it is 3 hab pieces tall. So it is interfering on 3 different levels here. Now, this is not the end of the world as long as you take into account its size. However, if I was just trying to be efficient, I would grab the 900T HE3 tank instead, which, if I were to put that right here, you notice would fill just a much smaller space. It basically fills 2 hab spaces instead of 6. So, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and do some duplication glitching. So I'm going to copy the mid bracer down here and copy it over twice. And then I'm going to take these two and I'm going to duplication glitch them up. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to attempt to duplication glitch it up. There we go, it worked this time. Alright. Then, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Deimos hulls. And I need to stack this 2 tall. So that way I can come over this. And then I'm going to duplication glitch this down 1. This is all temporary because what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to grabbing the aft cap, and for some reason the aft cap is not flippable. So I need to then take this and I need to duplication glitch this down 2 levels. There we go. And now I can delete all these extraneous structural pieces. Alright, then right here, since I'm already in the structural pieces, let me slap on a Deimos belly. And with that, the fuel tank has been added. Again, you can go ahead and save a lot of time and space by just grabbing like the 900T HE3 tank if you want that instead. But I like the little bulge that's showing up across the top. Alrighty, what is next? Let's go ahead and place the engines. So before I do that, let me copy this Deimos belly on over to this side underneath the back of the control station. And then I'm going to start grabbing my engines. So for this ship, I'm using 6 SA-4330s. 1 in the default configuration, 1 in the underside left. And then I'm going to take these 2 and copy them on over to this side. And then I'm going to duplicate the bottom engine, flip it, and then duplication this and flip it to the top variant. So we've got 6 engines now, right there. Alright, now technically the ship is flyable as is. However, we are still missing our shield and some other structural pieces. So what I'm going to do is on the back next to this fuel tank, I'm going to go ahead and grab my shield. And since I'm a Class A ship, just the best shield I can get is the Deflector SG-60. Over here, please. Alrighty, then let's come back on over to the structural tab where we're going to spend a hot minute. So first I'm going to grab a Stroud cowling, place that here, and then I'm going to move that back and then flip it into place right here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Stroud cowling 3 long, flip like that. Then, on the front side of this, I'm going to go ahead and grab a Damos belly. And then I'm going to come down and grab the Stroud nose cap B. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the Stroud cap A and duplicate that while flipping it a couple times. And then I'm going to copy these cap A's on over to this side, like so. All right. So now there's just this funny little gap right here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place my cargo. So I'm using the 30T hauler cargo here. And just placing a pair of them right along the side. This gives me the total of 2340 cargo for this ship. Alrighty. So, at this point, this is basically the entire ship before we add weapons. What am I missing? Alright, that's what I'm missing. I've got 2 more crossbrace pieces coming in over here. So that way it's more than just this hab crossbrace that's connecting the 2 parts. So first let's come on back here, scroll on down to Stroud and grab the engine bracer A. And that is connected from this mid bracer behind the mess hall to the front side of this control station. Since I'm back here, let's go ahead and slap something on the back of this control station. And looks like I had a Hope Tech nose B there. We'll just keep that there. And then right in front of the cross brace, I'm going to go ahead and add the Nova radiator. Now I think that is finally everything, but let me go ahead and scroll through the structural tab really quick. Ah, wait. I have a Deimos cowling that I was missing. And this is placed behind the Overseer bridge, just to kind of smooth that down just a smidge. Alright, is that everything? Let's double check. Looks like it. Alrighty. So, did I have a plate? No. Okay. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and grab my weapons. So for this ship, I decided to use the non-auto weapons. So I have 3 Vaporizer 35 MeV proton beams. And then I have 4 of the Disruptor 3310 proton beams. And you can literally just place these anywhere that you want. Good enough. Alright, and we can see that that is everything. So I have one error. I need to assign my weapons. And then paint my ship. There we go. So that is the Catapult. Go ahead and hit accept. And then take it out for a test drive. Alright. So drop some power from my engine, so that way I can power up my jump drive and head on out to Serpentis. All right. All right. Taking a little bit too much damage, so it is time to jet away and then start kiting. Oh. They lost their engines, so I got too far away. Alright. Now I've got this hem. Alrighty. There we go. So, as you can see, the standard procedure of just kite them still works. Alright. And now that we picked up all the loot, let's go ahead and see what we've got for hostile activity. Looks like 4 ships. Let's go ahead and get some range. Alright. Alright. Oh, this dirge is in range. Alright, so that's 2 down. Should be able to clear this gap really quick, and then we can just finish off this last vigil. Alright. There we go. Just pick up our loot. Well, apparently we are not getting any ship parts from here. Alright. Should have enough time for, say, one more engagement. Let's go see if it puts me on the sunny side of Serpentis 2. And it does. Perfect. Looks like we've got 3 targets showing up. And we need... Woo! That last missile caught me pretty hard. Alright. Was not able to get enough range fast enough. We'll give that one more try. If we can take out this Hem 3 fast enough. The Hem 2 is far enough away it can't hit us with its missiles. And then we've got a Prophecy 3. These are always the ship that causes me the most problems. Okay, looks like we need to get closer. Ooh. Alrighty then. So that is the Catapult. If you watched all the way to the end, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Perfect. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.